Hey, what's up, y'all? Marjack79 here. We're here today to discuss a little bit of news from the Toy Fair. It's going on right now, and we had some announcements that I am relatively excited about. I've been a Mortal Kombat fan pretty much since its inception. It's about 92. That's when the original came out. Played it on Sega Genesis. If you've been following my channel for any extended amount of time, you know that I do occasionally review a Mortal Kombat figure here and there. I never really got into the Storm collectible Mortal Kombat figures. I always thought that they were a little too expensive, even though I do collect SH figure arts. Ha ha ha. But I didn't want to spend $150 per Sub-Zero figure or Scorpion figure. But it looks like McFarlane Toys has come to rectify that situation. They are releasing a new line called Mortal Kombat Classic, where they're going to be releasing, it looks like, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Katana, Mileena, and Liu Kang. Very excited to get these in. I'm assuming that they're going to be around the $20, $25 price range. They are all seem to be based on Mortal Kombat 1 or Mortal Kombat 2. Specifically, Sub-Zero and Scorpion look to be based off of Mortal Kombat 1. And Liu Kang, Katana, and Mileena all seem to be based on Mortal Kombat 2. There seems to be a little bit confusion amongst the toy community. People are thinking that this is the first time that McFarlane has had the Mortal Kombat license. Honestly, I don't think they ever lost it. I have a bunch of Mortal Kombat 11 figures that were made by McFarlane. Like I got a Liu Kang to Kotal, Raiden, Katana, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Shao Kahn, like a bunch. So, I mean, they were okay figures. Definitely not the best. Now, when it comes to McFarlane figures, specifically DC, I pretty much hated every DC McFarlane figure that I purchased, but surprisingly enough, I actually really enjoyed the Mortal Kombat line. Maybe my palette of review was a little bit lower scale when it came to the Mortal Kombat figures compared to the DC figures, but I feel like every time I bought a DC McFarlane figure, I got screwed. So, I don't know, I kind of got my hopes up high here, even though I'm kind of looking at that Liu Kang chest going on there. That looks stupid. That crease that's just in the middle there, like, wow, I don't know what's going on there. No, that's definitely a McFarlane staple, though. All of their naked, bare-chested dudes always had that awkward-ass crease in the middle there. Looks like they have not yet rectified that yet, but this Liu Kang specifically, the one based off of Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, that was always my favorite iteration of Liu Kang. So to finally potentially get this specific Liu Kang in action figure form at a cheap price and not have to pay the $150 to $200 that Storm Collectibles was charging for it, I'm all for it. Liu Kang has always been my favorite character, so I'm definitely intrigued to get that one specifically into my collection. Now, we all know McFarlane. They have a crazy old habit of, instead of just including specific arm variations or head sculpts in the same figure, they'll just release the same figure with slightly different variations to make you want to buy two of the same character. We're not going to do that here. We're either going to get the ice arm variant of that Sub-Zero, or we're going to get the normal Sub-Zero. I don't know which one I'm going to get yet. We'll choose and make our final decision when it comes time. It's probably going to be the normal one if I had to make an educated guess as of today. But yeah, it's kind of the biggest thing with McFarlane, specifically with the DC figures, that I always hated. Why on God's earth does it need to be a masked Batman and an unmasked Batman, same variation, same character, and two different packages? That's insane. I've always thought that is a huge ripoff of money. That's always what kind of turned me off from them specifically. But speaking of DC and McFarlane specifically, it looks like we won't have to worry about that much longer, as we've all surely heard by now that McFarlane has officially lost the DC license to make action figures. It has gone back to Mattel. So hopefully Mattel can make some DC action figures at least on the same level of articulation and style as the Marvel Legends, even though lately Marvel Legends has kind of been slacking lately, hardcore as well, with their old modes and exaggerated prices and just a whole barrage of other issues that has been plaguing the action figure as a whole currently for the last couple of years. So, hopefully maybe Mattel can be the swan song and give us some decent Batman figures, Justice League figures, and Superman figures specifically. But, that's besides the point. It's not really the point of this video. I just wanted to talk about Mortal Kombat. Also wanted to talk about Bebop and Rocksteady. Looks like NECA had a brilliant idea. Like, maybe we should make movie variants of Bebop and Rocksteady. Kind of like a what-if version if they had appeared in the movie instead of Toka and Razor. So definitely very interested in these as well. We'll see how these turn out. If they turn out somewhat decent, then we'll make proper moves and get these and add these to the collection as well. I was a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan growing up. If you've been following the channel for years, you would absolutely know that. I love taking the journey of grabbing all of the original movie figures and animated figures that came out like back in the 80s and 90s that came out from NECA a few years ago. I think it's been at least like 5 or 6 years at this point. It's kind of crazy how long ago that was. So, any reason to kind of get me back into the core characters of the Turtles, I'll happily jump back in. It's always been a huge selection of those animated NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures, but honestly, I was ever really only interested in the core cast, but definitely a movie version of Toka and Razor. I'll definitely happily jump back in to get them to see what they're all about. Now, let's jump ship again, but we're still sticking with the Turtles. It would appear that McFarlane is making their own variations of the Turtles as well. I'm not quite sure which variation of the Turtles these are based off of, to be completely honest. It looks like they're not based off the new movie. They're not based off the 90s movies. I don't even think they're based off the 2000 cartoon either. So maybe like a comic variation of the Turtles of some sort. Really don't know how interested I am in these, if at all, if I'm being completely honest. But cool that they're making them for whoever's interested in it. I'm sure that it makes some Turtles fans happy somewhere. So mainly the point of this video was to talk about the Mortal Kombat fix. Definitely excited for that for sure. I don't know when they're coming out, but definitely when they do, we'll get linked up and informed so that we can add them to the collection, get them reviewed. Definitely I'm most excited for the Liu Kang, the two ninjas for sure, and Katana and Melina as well. I've never had a Melina in my collection before, so that would be a first. I have the other characters currently, but definitely I don't have any of their classic iterations. So that'll be a first for all of them. So very excited about that. Do have a couple of nitpicks, at least from the original cast standpoint. My Kano would have been nice. Maybe a Raiden. Definitely a Sonya Blade. I feel like Sonya Blade always gets kind of screwed out of the action figure game. I really understood why. I would love to have an action figure of her. She's an original character. Maybe a Jackson Bridge as well. Johnny Cage. A lot of characters that I feel like always kind of get left out in the dust when it comes to the Mortal Kombat franchise. So I would love to see way more of the classic characters besides just the ninjas, the girl ninjas, and Liu Kang. Okay, how do y'all feel about it, man? Are y'all excited about it? Do you want to see these Mortal Kombat characters get made into action figures? Do you want to see more content just like this, covering the Mortal Kombat franchise? I've always been a fan. I just haven't really had that much of a reason to talk about it. So if you enjoy this content, then I'll make more of it, man. So as always, if you like the video, do me a favor, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more content just like this, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. You can follow me at youtube.com/Jack79. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, my friends, thank y'all for the support. And I will see y'all on the next one. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.